The first one here, we need to do division first because our order of operations is BEDMAS, brackets first, exponents second, division and multiplication, and then addition and subtraction. So here we have to do this first right here. We have 5/4 divided by 5/4. When you divide anything by itself, it gives you 1. So you could save yourself that hassle and just go 5/2 minus this divided by itself is 1. Now this is 1/1, so we have to do common denominator. And the common denominator is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1 times 5 is 5. Minus 2 divided by 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. And therefore we get 3/2 as an answer for this one. Now let's go to this. We have to do this first because multiplication comes before addition. So we just rewrite the -6/5 and then plus. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to reduce. So 5 goes into itself once, goes into 10 twice. And this 2 and 2, they reduce. They give me 1, 1. Now, remember I said when you multiply in two things, if you have an even number of negatives, then the answer is positive. So this is going to be positive. And so the top is going to be 3. And 1 times 1, just 1. So now we have -6/5 plus 3. And I'm just going to put this over 1 and then do common denominator, which is 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times -6 is -6 plus 5 divided by 1 is 5 times 3 is 15. -6 plus 15 is 9. So the answer is 9/5. Again, for any of you who missed the last lesson here, we have two rational numbers that are multiplied. Just look at how many negatives you have. And if you have an even number of negatives, the answer should be positive. And if you have an odd number of negatives, then the answer should be negative. Here it's even because we have 2 negatives. So therefore the answer is +3. The next one is just gonna close this bracket right there. So what we do what's in the brackets first. So here we have, we don't like the negative to be on the bottom, so I'm just gonna put it on top. And for some of you who, or I'm gonna show everyone that -3/4 is the same as 3/-4 is the same as -3/4 like this. All of these things are the same. We don't like this format. You definitely, especially when you're adding fractions and stuff, you don't want to put the negative on the bottom here. It's this or this format that you want to work with. So here we have so therefore -3/4. And when you're subtracting and adding, you look at the two signs right here. If they are the same, the sign becomes positive. So that becomes +3/4 divided by 2. Now -3/4 plus 3/4 is going to give you 0. 0 divided by 2, which is 0. So that's the answer for that one. This here, we gotta, do the brackets first. So we have -6 in the brackets. We have to do common denominator, and the common denominator here is 10. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. And then you have the minus, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 1 is 5, which gives me -6 times 8 minus 5 is 3. 3/10. Remember, if we multiply in a whole number or an integer by a fraction, try to see if you could reduce the integer right here with the bottom of the fraction. You don't have to put it over 1 and all of that stuff. If that helps you, go for it. But just know, if you multiply in a whole number or an integer by a fraction, see if this could reduce this here and the denominator of the fraction. So yes, 2 goes into 6 3 times, 2 goes in 10 5 times, and then we cannot reduce anymore. Now you just multiply that, and the answer is going to be negative. Multiply the 3 into the 3, you get 9, and you don't multiply the 5 by anything. Here we have multiplication, and we have an even number of negatives, so the answer of all of this is going to be positive. And then we're gonna start reducing. So right away, I see this 3 here reduces with this 3, and both of us give us 1. 3 goes into itself once. Also, this 2 right here goes into itself once and goes into 6 3 times. Now, nothing else could reduce, so therefore 1 times 1 times 3 is just 3. And 5 times 1 times 1 is 5. Again, we said that we have, when you multiply, and if you have an even number of negatives in all 3 here, as you see, we have an even number because we have 2 negatives, so that's an even number of negatives. The answer is positive. And so it's 3 over 5 plus, we still have the 1 over 5 there, which gives me, we already have a common denominator, so just 4 over 5. Well, what I'm going to do next is just going to take a few more that are maybe a little bit more complicated. So just give me 1 second here. Number 1, 3/4 times 1 over -2 plus 5 over 6 times -1 over 3. So order of operations, multiplication first. So I'm going to do this first. And also I'm going to do this. So what I'm going to get here, you cannot reduce. So the 2, -3, -2, the 4 and 1, you cannot really reduce, and 3 over quarters. So the answer is going to be positive times, because we have 1 negative here, it's an odd number of negatives, so the answer is going to be negative, or positive times negative, just negative. But write the negative on top, don't write it on the bottom. So -3 over 8 plus, here also we cannot reduce, so we're going to get -5 over 18, which gives me -3 over 8. Positive and negative, opposite signs, we get a minus, so just -5 over 18. The next thing is we got to find a common denominator here. The common denominator is 72. 72 divided by 8 is 9. 9 times -3 is -27. And 72 divided by 18, of course, we have a minus here. 72 divided by 18 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. And therefore, this would equal -27 minus 20 is -47 over 72, and that's your final answer. I'm just going to move this to the side here. So -27 minus 20 over 72. I need the room for the next question. So here, it's multiplication again. So we have to do the multiplication first. So we have to do this, and then this, and then this, right here. So here, the 3 will cancel the 3, so you get ones. Here, the 2 goes into itself once, it goes into 8 4 times. So 1 times 1 is 1, 4 times 1 is 4. So that's 1/4. Minus here, we cannot really reduce, so it's just going to be -5 over 12, because 1 times -5 is -5, and 6 times 2 is 12. Plus here we cannot reduce either, so we're going to get -9 over 20. Again, whenever you have a negative on the bottom, just take it to the top. It doesn't help you leaving it on the bottom, especially when you start doing lowest common denominator and all that stuff. So here we need to rewrite this as 1/4. Negative and negative is plus 5 over 12. And positive and negative opposite signs give me -9 over 20, which gives me the common denominator here is going to be 60. 60 divided by 4 is 15. 15 times 1 is 15. Plus 60 divided by 12 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. And then 60 divided by 20, still have the minus there. 60 divided by 20 is 3. 3 times 9 is 27. Again, this is the way I do common denominator. Do it whichever way you're comfortable with. So that is 50 plus 25 is 40. 40 minus 29 is 11. So the answer is 11 over 60. Next one here. So this next one here, it's you have division here. You have to do this first, and then you do this second. So if I look at this, I have to rewrite this as 5/2 times, change division to multiplication, you flip, and it's going to be 5/-4 minus, I'm going to reduce here. So 4 goes into itself once, it goes into 8 twice. 3 goes into itself once, it goes into 9 3 times. That's negative and negative. When you multiply them, they become positive. So, so basically you have minus 2/3. And here we cannot really reduce. So what I have negative 25/8. Again, just bring that negative to the top because it's the same thing. Don't write it on the bottom. Minus 2/3. A common denominator here, which is 24. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 3 times negative 25 is negative 75. Minus 24 divided by 3 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. And that's going to give me negative 91/24. So I just noticed that a mistake that I made here. 60 divided by 20 is 3. 3 times 9 is 27, not 29. So I'm going to fix this. So it is 27. Oops. And that will make this answer. So it's going to be 13/60.